No.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. All right, welcome all social media platforms. Jesus, I be sounding so dry on these intros. I gotta come up with something new. I think it's because I just be waking up in the morning, and I'm not always the most chatty person when I get up like early in the morning. You know, you just get up in the morning for work and shit, and then you eventually wake up the longer you've been at work. I get to my job at 4 or 5 in the morning, so I don't always be the most talkative motherfucker right off the bat. Now, if you've seen the videos I uploaded before this and the status I uploaded before that, you already know where we're going with this today. This is another one from the Homeboy Chronicles. My homeboy sends me shit and just be wanting me to talk about it. So here the fuck we are again. Now, the status pretty much says, have you ever tried to talk to a girl that used to date a drug dealer? I highly do not recommend. Alright? And I don't remember the rest of the stat. I think the guy was more so going along the lines about, basically she expected him to be a walk-in ATM. And you gotta understand something. When you date a motherfucker that comes from dating drug dealers, they're used to like get money niggas. Meaning like when you work a 9 to 5 or you work a regular job, you have to wait for your check. Motherfuckers that date drug dealers are not used to waiting on money if they need money. And I mean, like, a girl that dates a drug dealer can call a motherfucker drug dealer for $500, like, off the bat, and he'll just fish you to it because, that's the motherfucker he fucking with. Personally, I don't think nothing's wrong with this. Like, if you are a guy that has that type of money, or you are the drug dealer in said status, or whatever the case may be, and you have that type of money, or you want to fuck with this type of female, and this, like, okay, I feel like motherfuckers from certain lifestyles need to date motherfuckers from certain lifestyles. Meaning, like, if you were kind of a Starbucks girl, if you go to work every day, then date another working person, because more than likely, y'all gonna be able to kind of click a little bit better, because you're gonna understand each other a little bit more. If you are a 9 to 5 nigga, or a guy that works a job, or just one of the motherfuckers in the military, or even hell, even a truck driver. If you don't make a certain amount of money, and if that money don't come fast, and you date a girl that previously has dated a drug dealer, you're going to become one of those guys like, oh, my ex used to do this, my ex used to do that. You're going to hear a lot of that. And honestly, the downside about this is that you are not going to be able to keep up with this type of woman. Like, when they say she is for the streets, and I hate using that term, she is literally for the streets, meaning like, if a motherfucker fucking with you based off money or how fast you get money or just the money in your pocket, and again, there's nothing wrong with a motherfucker woman wanting money out of a man, but at the same time, if you are not said man with said money, you need to date elsewhere. Like, personally, I have run into a lot of this in Florida. Like, parts of Georgia was like this too, but Florida is really where my crash course on drug dealing ass hood bitches was from. Like, I'm telling you, if you are a guy that works a regular job, you do not want to date no fast ass, I used to date a drug dealing ass city bitch. Like, cause let me tell you something, right? Put one street chick on a set of scales and put a girl that works a 9 to 5 on a set of scales, and they technically do the same shit. It's just a matter of how much money you gonna spend in between. The problem with you niggas is you be wanting these motherfucking ghetto ass princesses, and then you get these argumentative, disrespectful motherfuckers that you dating. Like, you're not gonna date no girl that dates drug dealers and she's just gonna be the kindest person ever. Like, she's gonna be kind of hardened by the street a little bit. So that whole like, oh, I'm waiting to get my check on Friday shit, that's not gonna mesh well with a woman like this. And some of y'all know that and still deliberately do not give a fuck about what you're doing with this person. Now, as far as being a woman in this type of situation, listen, you are going to be dealing with a nigga that do not give a fuck about knocking you between the washer and the dryer. Yeah, you're going to get the attention. You might get your ass with a, like, because You gotta think about it. You are dealing with a person that is used to breaking the law. Breaking one more law won't hurt. Like, picture a person that's used to killing. Killing one more person won't hurt. Or a person that's used to eating a lot. Eating one more sandwich wouldn't hurt. So why the fuck would he sit there and give a fuck about what you're talking about? Second, these are some fast money hustling ass niggas. You know what I mean? You probably ain't gonna be able to keep up with his ass either if you are a kind of woman that likes to date these type of men. Because I try to attack shit from both angles. Look, this is not no position you want to be in if you don't have the heart for it. Because when that nigga go to feds, you going to be looking crazy. And just like this girl in the beginning of the video, look, you might be riding around with this nigga, and the thing about street niggas come with street beef. Like, there are niggas that want to kill this motherfucker. There are motherfuckers he done shot at. He is probably related to a bunch of gang activity. Some of you women do not have the heart for this type of lifestyle. And a lot of y'all fuck with this shit is because it's exciting. You like the excitement of it. Street niggas are not boring. Like, and I get it to a degree. Like the fast get money shit. To the pulling up to the block party and you the one in the nice ass box Chevy on 26-inch rims and, you know, everybody looking at you and you the ghetto princess. That shit is all fine and dandy till a motherfucker get to popping at that motherfucking car. And you sitting in the passenger seat. And listen, most niggas do not ride around in bulletproof trucks. You motherfucker gonna turn your little dumb ass Swiss cheese or you gonna end up in a trunk somewhere trying to be a ghetto ass princess. And again, I don't see nothing wrong with a woman getting money. Like, okay, I get why girls that are fucking with these type of men like this type of lifestyle. Because a 9-to-5 guy, when you work when you are a working man, your check is only but so big. Like, unless you start a business, your check ain't only but so big. You as a ghetto female dating a motherfucking regular 9-to-5 nigga, you might need $500 for his ass for just nails and outfits and just bullshit. Most girls that fuck with street shit are in the street bullshit. Like, it's not gonna be nothing. It's not like a motherfucker taking the money and I'm gonna go buy a couch or I'm gonna pay my rent off. Most of these girls take this money that they get from these motherfuckers and go do dumb shit with it. A lot of y'all just want to do dumb shit and you don't want to actually have to be the one to work for it. That's literally what it is. Also on top of it, you can't really be romantic with a street chick. You can't be like too nice to a street chick because the motherfucker play the fuck out your ass. The way you get a street chick is you want to show up with a motherfucking brown paper bag with about 3 bands in that motherfucker and a bag full of crab legs. Like, that is some motherfucking pre-rolled weed. Or some motherfucking bumps of coke. Like, what I'm saying is hood bitches love drugs. And you as a 9-to-5 nigga, most jobs I've worked that I've made legal money from, you can't be involved with none of that shit. Like, even as a truck driver, right? I get piss tested. Like, I do a physical. I went and did one yesterday. You can't have no type of substance in your system. You can't even be really fucking with that shit. Like, that's a very thin line you have to get used to walking when you work these high dollar jobs. Like, these white folks, when they paying you this money for doing these high dollar jobs or whatever, these company owners, they do not want you fucking with that hood shit like that. Second, loyalty is not a thing in the street. Like, as a street chick, if you're a woman dating a street nigga, right? Understand something. You are going to be dealing with about 3 or 4 other bitches. Like, at least. Like, these are the niggas, like, okay, the same way you want the popular street nigga is the same way the rest of these motherfuckers want this motherfucker. And the problem with this street shit is, like, okay, when you do this shit in regular land, when you're a woman trying to date a guy that's popular and has other girls, you know, the other girls might back away from them. They might not be on them like that. You might leave. In the hood world, in the street, right? Bitches will fight over dick in the street. They don't give a fuck. Like, it will be a bunch of hoes in an Altima with a leaking transmission that will pull up and jump the fuck out of your dumb ass over that nigga. And as far as being a 9-to-5 guy, like, just involved, like, look, you gotta think about it like this, bro. Just as far as being a 9-to-5 guy, feeling bad about women that don't like you, that's not your tribe in the first place. Like, and I had to learn that the hard way. Like, it took me, 28 years to get to a point where I was like, you know what? I don't personally now. I don't deal with no hood shit. Like I don't do the street ghetto hood shit. I won't deal with anybody from it because I personally know I don't mesh well with people like that. I don't mesh well with people from the hood because I already know what come with it. Just understand something, bro. It might take you longer to get noticed. Meaning, like, I mean, you don't really need money to get noticed per se, but meaning like most 9 to 5 guys, you catch the street chick on her, I guess, going down per se, like when she done had 2 or 3 kids from a street nigga. And I hate playing into these narratives of the internet, but a lot of it's got some truth to it. Like a lot of times when you're a 9 to 5 guy and you've been working on your shit and you get your shit together eventually and you got a business from whatever the fuck you've been doing, and you run into these same women that played you to the left when y'all was in your early 20s and y'all in your 30s now, and this same chick got like 2 or 3 kids, and again, I hate this narrative, but it's true. Like, you have a better chance of getting her at that point in your life versus like you 22, she 23, and she's at the height of her whatever the fuck going on, and then you have to catch her on her. You basically have to catch her like on her bullshit and everything she got going on. And it's like, and the reason why that narrative exists, I guess, because when when these same chicks date these street niggas, 9 times out of 10, it's not for a long time. It's for a good time. Most niggas that do this type of shit for real, that really be selling drugs for real, they're not gonna be out long. Like maybe a couple years at best, and they'll have a run. And these niggas will get locked up. And most of these girls that you meet that love street niggas been done had a kid from them once or twice. They go through the dumb shit they go through. And I mean, listen, we are all dumb at one point. So I hate this narrative personally. I mean, if you'd asked me what I was on when I was 23, I was on bullshit too. But I'm 34. And when you get older, you mature, and the things you like mature too. So that same woman that was into those type of guys when she was younger, her perspective has broadened pretty much based off the things she's gone through. So she's matured a little bit more. But I hate that narrative personally. But again, being young is a curse within itself. Because I mean, when you're 22, you're not really thinking really logically about nothing. Like, you're just having fun, doing dumb shit. When I think back to when me and my homeboys was partying during the Pastor Troy era, going to Club Peps was literally risking your life every weekend. We just was too dumb to know. Hey, we didn't know, and motherfuckers in their 30s now, I wouldn't go back and redo that same shit again. But, again, you better off catching a motherfucker, I guess a girl that likes street niggas, you better off catching her in her 30s when she done got tired, sat the fuck down a little bit, late 20s, done had a kid. You don't even want to deal with a motherfucker when they're on that type of bullshit. But again, you niggas gonna do what the fuck you want to do. I'm just here to fucking talk about it. I'm just here to do a job, and I do the fuck out of it. But I'm about to go drop this motherfucking trailer off to these motherfucking white folks, and y'all have a good motherfucking day, goddammit. Opinions are like assholes, but that doesn't mean you have to be.